Hey guys, it's Brandon, aka B.Rich Beauty, aka your beauty best friend, and a happy Wednesday, y'all! The Royal Palace has officially responded to the Harry and Meghan interview. PIERS Morgan walked off his own show, and there are more accusers in this T.I. and Tiny shenanigan drama. You know what to do. Grab your tea, grab your beverage. Let go. Hey party people, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I hope you're having a great week. How's your week going? It's almost the weekend. Ooh, child, let's talk, because in the latest and greatest case of the unmitigated gall of it all, there is a Bay Area Uber driver who got banned from the app. And not only did she get banned, I hope her and her other two friends, all three of them got banned. But apparently, child, you can't trust the people out here to have common sense and good judgment, because this woman who was caught on camera, not only by the driver, but she also took some footage herself being rude and belligerent. Now let's talk about it. Now y'all know I believe there's three sides to every story. Her side, his side, and the truth, sugar. And from what we see from these video footage, from his video footage, from her video footage, what looks like went down was that at some point, he was tired of them, and he asked them to get out the car because he was ending the ride. So apparently, he was going to pull over at a gas station, but they said no, they weren't going. So finally, he kept driving. He's like, I can't take this anymore. Y'all got two options. I've already ended the ride, so you can either get out right here, which I think was the side of the road, not necessarily maybe the best place, but since you declined the first location, ma'am, this is now your second choice. This is the runner-up here. So he was like, you can get out here, or I'm going to drive and go home. Which, sir, why would you take them home with you? I mean, I know the point you're trying to prove here by like, if you don't get out, then you're going to come with me. If you take them home with you, one, they now know where you live, and that might be kidnapping, sir. I'm just saying. So she's filming, and she's like, we've already ordered another Uber. Fine. But that does not mean that you just stay in this man's car and hold yourself hostage until your Uber gets here. And that's exactly what they were doing. She was like, "What? You can't kick us out. We're women. You need to wait with us until the next Uber comes. The next Uber is going to be here in an X amount of time." And apparently this man probably was so over them, he was just like, "Nah, sis, y'all get out my car." And he had every right to. Like he says, you guys are willing and free to go. The ride is over. Please get out. Now, here's my thing. Because, we live in a society nowadays where we want to strive to give women and to be seen as equals. But my thing is here, sis. You can't pick and choose how you want to be treated. Because in one instance, you over here calling in the N-word, getting belligerent, you're getting aggressive with him, you're putting hands on his physical property, and then you're saying to this man, but you need to wait with us because we're women and anything can happen to us. Nah, sis, take that same aggressive energy and use that as self-defense in case something happens to y'all in broad daylight on the side of the road. Like, you can't be ready to knuck if you buck. Haha, a throwback reference for you. You can't be ready to knuck if you buck, sis. And then when he calls you out on your knuck, you now want to not buck. And now you want to play the damsel in distress card. And what got me going, as she and her friends progressively got more and more angry, and I use aggressive because she got physical with him. She reached over into the front of the car, yanked his phone off the windshield. When he snatched the phone, she was like, "What you gonna do? You gonna lay your hands on me?" And then she reached and she put her hand on this man's face and yanked his mask off, ripped it. Now, I think all of this actually started because she wasn't originally wearing a mask, and he asked them to put a mask on. And apparently, everybody nowadays wants to be an anti-masker. Sorry, I left that out in the story. She wanted to be an anti-masker. So when she was declining to put the mask on, he was just like, I'm done. Which, by the way, ma'am, when you open that app, it asks you to confirm if you are wearing your mask. And the fact that you weren't wearing a mask, you were intentionally defying the rules and regulations of Uber. And now this man has a choice to now end the ride, and now you want to be mad. So she laid her hands on this man. She coughed in this man's face. Now, you know you got to be a certain somebody if you got the unmitigated gall, the audacity to cough in somebody's face. That's the equivalent to spitting in somebody's face. You don't do that. We're living in a whole panini right now. And you want to cough in somebody's face, and you cough in that man's face, and your homegirl on the other side in the backseat talking about, and we got corona. Girl, what? Now you chose violence. You chose violence between you, your girls, and this man. And this man would have been wrong. Y'all would have dragged this man for filth on the internet and the news if he had laid hands on you in his reaction, right? Because you coughed in this man's face. If that man was like, pop, and you would have been, oh my God, he hit me, after you coughed in this man's face. To me, that is some sort of involuntary somebody. Now, let me think. You know, I speak law and order, criminal intent. That has to be some type of involuntary manslaughter or something like that. You coughed in this man's face during a whole pandemic, okay? Now, fast forward. She coughed in this man's face. She ripped his mask out his hand. And now she's upset that Uber banned her from using the app. And not only did Uber ban her, Lyft said this didn't happen on our platform, but we're not about to see what's going to happen. They banned her too. And let me tell you something, sis. Good for you. Y'all gonna learn today that the actions you do in this moment has reactions and consequences after the moment. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, and you got your reaction, sis. Now, I don't know what you about to call except Tyrone, because you're not gonna be able to call a Uber or a Lyft. In addition, girl, I guess start dusting off those scooter skills, because that's about how you about to get around unless you're getting a whole yellow taxi, old school style. Now, like I said, she got banned from Uber and Lyft, and I hope her friends got banned too, because they gassed her up. Moving on. You know, one thing I will say that we have to appreciate is that the internet will come through in a clutch. The internet will bring us everything we need, and I'm talking about the Meghan and Harry and Oprah interview, because now the internet has given us memes, the internet has given us clips, the internet has given us so many great entertaining things post this Meghan, Harry, and Oprah interview. But you know we gotta talk. So I wonder how long it was gonna take for the family, specifically Her Majesty the Queen herself, to respond to this interview. And baby, they have released, the Royal Palace, on behalf of the Queen, has released an official statement in regards to this interview. And you know what I think is so comical? The statement says that the royal family is concerned to learn about the struggles of Meghan and Harry during their time in England. Y'all was concerned to learn this? Because according to Meghan and Harry, there's a whole HR dossier file sitting on somebody's desk or in somebody's wastebasket, because they said they went not only to HR, but Your Majesty the Queen, they said they went to you too. They said that they went to the family to talk about what was going on with the media and the constant barrage of harassment, and that nobody did anything. They said the firm said that they were going to protect Meghan and to say no comment. So you're just now concerned to hear about the struggles of your grandson and your granddaughter? Something don't feel right about that, Your Majesty the Queen. Something about that sounds like, oh, the firm is doing what it's supposed to do and put out a press release in order to try to save face. And let's talk about saving face, because you know what else is hilarious? Prince Charles went down to Jesus' house, and I'm assuming it's Jesus' house and not Jesus' house, because you know it's London, which is a church in London whose primary congregation and population are Black people, of course. You don't say. And so he went down because at the Jesus house, they're doing the vaccines, and he went down to talk to the people getting the vaccine and the volunteers. If this isn't the biggest PR scam ever, you are not going to sit here and try to tell us that days after this historic interview with Harry and Meghan, where they call out the royal family on being racist and this institution that just all of a sudden Prince Charles had the Jesus house on his docket in order to visit just a couple of days after. Now, lies, and all the lies from the book of lies. Y'all know y'all created this in order to try to, again, save face. I don't buy it. We don't buy it. And guess what? The lid has been blown off. So take this time to truly, and Her Majesty the Queen also said in her statement that, the conversation of the color of Archie's skin is absolutely concerning, and that recollections of that conversation may vary. So what you trying to say, sis? That they had the conversation or not? Or you can't confirm nor deny that there was a conversation. Right, that's already admitting guilt. And Harry, he gave you the pass. He said the conversation didn't come from you or his grandpapa, Prince Philip. But I'm going to tell you who I think it still came from. That doggone daddy and Homer Simpson looking of a brother of his, Prince William, with his 3 strands of hair. I'm telling you, either one of them had that conversation. But she's taking all of these concerns seriously, and she's going to address this internally within the family. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. PIERS Morgan. Ooh. He is now trending because he got his ass handed to him on multiple occasions. But the MVP here, they handed PIERS Morgan his own ass on his own show, was Alex Beresford, who was also a co-presenter that day on that show. And so here's where I feel PIERS Morgan is problematic among so many other things. He went on his whole diatribe about how he did not believe Meghan on her story, that she was obviously attacking the monarch, so forth and so on. And obviously, they had multiple guests on that day. Shout out to Dr. Shoa, who went on and read him for filth as well. But Alex Beresford, who, by the way, has a mixed race child and a black partner, and who's also a person of color himself, called PIERS Morgan out and basically said for 30 minutes, you attacked this woman. And it's okay for you not to like somebody. And I know that you guys used to be friends and she cut you off, and that's her right to cut you off. But you sat here and you attacked her viciously from a lens of white male fragility, basically is what he said. And it's diabolical. And PIERS and his white fragile male ego got up, walked off his show and said, I don't have to sit here and listen to this on my show, mate. This man is paid by a whole network to have a show where he spews his opinion daily, most times more vicious than not. And now when somebody is calling you out on your opinion and your action as it relates to race and how you treated Meghan in the media, you can't take it, sir, and you walk off. If that's not the classic case of male ego and male fragility. So apparently the network got 41,000 complaints, the most that the network has ever had. And so I guess a conversation between the network and PIERS Morgan decided that PIERS needed to leave. And PIERS stepped away. He decided to leave. I don't know if they pressured him to leave or if it was his choice, but good for him. Now, if they were really smart, they would replace PIERS with a black female or a black male and balance this show out, because we all know racism exists in the UK. And PIERS Morgan is a clear example. So PIERS did a little tweet. He finally spoke out and said that on Monday that he didn't believe Meghan Markle in her Oprah interview, and he had time to reflect on his opinion, and he still didn't believe her, and that it's okay because freedom of speech is a hill that he is happy to die on. Well, y'all let me know what time that repass is. Actually, you know what? I don't even care. But let me know what the name of the hill is, because if that's going to be the case, sayonara, PIERS Morgan, you probably won't be missed. So let's talk. There's 6 more accusers that have now come forward in this whole T.I. and Tiny shenanigan. A teenager who she's an adult now. She was a teenage intern at one of T.I.'s studios, an ex-military woman, and a stripper. Now, the stripper I'm not too shocked about, but this teenager and this ex-military woman, baby, it's juicy. Not only did 6 new women come forward, out of the 6, 2 aren't even asking for money. Excuse me? Oh, we just giving up stories for free? Girl, if y'all was assaulted for real, this is about to be a whole payday. Don't walk away empty-handed, sis. Y'all better get your, in the words of T.S. Madison, y'all better get your coins. I ain't got the nails. Y'all better get your coins. So the most disturbing thing to me actually is this teenager who was the intern at the time describes the time when she was on the bus with T.I. and Tiny, and the tiny leprechaun Harris gave her a drink. You know, she was all 17, so she thought she was being grown or whatever. So Tiny gave her a drink and 2 pills. She drank it, took the pills, and moments later she said she felt hot and sweaty. T.I. took her to the back of the bus to say, you know, lay down, cool off. She said she woke up. She said her vajayjay down here and her hoo-ha back here felt tight, sore, and she had to go to the hospital a couple of days later. And she woke up on the bed naked. Baby, let me tell you something. These stories from these women sound quite similar for these people not to know each other, allegedly. So we're going to continue to watch this story and see how this unfolds as they continue to deny this, allegedly. All right, guys, I got to go. You know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you like this video if you like, and leave me a comment. Most importantly, check the notifications. Who loves you? I do, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.